What's up, guys? It's Russell again. If you're new to the channel, make sure that you subscribe because there's tons of awesome stock alert services that I review. I join them and then I try them out and I give you the results to make sure that you don't waste your money on scams. So, this is a bit of a different video today. Normally, I talk about day trading, swing trading, testing out alert services, but today I want to tell you a little bit about the new strategy, well, new to me, that I've been using in this market. As the market becomes more volatile, I was finding that a lot of my usual day trading and swing trading strategies were having a hard time. So I decided to try and free up some of my time, but still make a small amount of money consistently for the last few months. So it's for you guys that don't know much about it, investing in dividends sounds like a really boring strategy, and it is compared to day trading. But if you have gone back to work, for example, and you want to hold some good stocks and not have to keep watching your account all the time, but still have some extra cash flow, this is probably a strategy that you might want to look into a little bit more. So I'll give you an overview of dividends and the stocks that I'm currently holding, the ones I'm looking at and what I look for. So far, seem to be averaging a couple $100s a month just from the dividends of the stock. Um, but that's totally passive and it only uses, I think, $30,000 worth of capital. So not a whole lot of money put in there. And that is not including the actual increase in the stock price. So as I'll show you, the stocks that I choose, I tend to try and find ones that are actually in an uptrend. That one thing that I've never really liked about dividend strategies, well, there's a couple of things. The first one is the fact that they pay out like really infrequently usually. So I always thought before I started researching and starting the strategy that if you wanted to do dividend investing, you needed millions of dollars and you would just have to get paid a small amount every 3 months. Um, that was really what I thought until I looked and found these monthly dividend stocks where they actually will put money into your account on a monthly basis. And for somebody who's really interested in monthly cash flow, like myself, I have a ton of different income streams, and I try and increase my monthly passive income every month. Really, it's a continual process. I thought that I would give this strategy a try. The second thing that I really always thought about dividend investing was that what's the point, right? You buy a stock, and if it goes down over the longer term, it doesn't really matter if you're, getting 10 cents per share dividend if the stock tanks. So what I've been doing recently is trying to buy stocks that are very bullish with the chart, but then basically doing it for the dividend really. So not caring if I break even or even go up a little bit or even down a little bit in stock price, just counting on the dividend yield for that passive income. And that has been working great so far. So I'll show you a few examples. And I think combining that technical ability with the daily charts and holding for dividend things is an awesome way if you've just gone back to work to make some extra cash flow, keep yourself in the market, but not actually like have to day trade like a crackhead. And I think a lot of people are going to find this video kind of funny because I'm known for my rapid scalping positions from alert services and things. And this is like the complete opposite, right? It's like almost like a long-term investment strategy. However, at this point, it's really suiting me because I've got so much else going on in my life. I can get on with stuff and still make some income. Now, I don't tie up all my capital in this. I still do short-term trading. I think I've done some videos recently on my short-term swing trades, and I still day trade occasionally too. So this is just like the foundation of like my wealth building portfolio kind of thing, and then I do the shorter-term trading on top of that. But it's a good way to keep me from overtrading because I know that I'm making money even if I'm not actively trading. So it's pretty cool. Anyway, a dividend is a payout from a company just for holding their shares, in case you're not familiar with the idea at all. The dividends are paid every month for the stocks that I'm going to show you. This is LTC, and here's where you can find the dividend history and the yield and things. So Nasdaq.com, you just go and find the stock. And you can see on LTC that they pay out 19 cents per share, and this is where the payment dates and things. So you can go through and you can look at the history to see if they have been consistent at this, and it looks like they've been slowly going up. So it's something that is definitely worth. I mean, look at this. So they slowly go up in dividends. So that's definitely something that I take into consideration is what's the history of the dividend payout, because you don't want to buy dividend stock for the price to immediately fall on you for the actual stock price. And then they go ex dividend and you don't even get the dividend. You're stuck with this loss in the stock. So I started off, I read this book called Get Rich with Dividends by Lichtenfeld. He's a guy at the Oxford Club. So I did a video on the Oxford Club yesterday, which you might want to check out if you want to have a look through the channel. And he's one of the best analysts there. And he basically teaches a few different things, and these are the two that I've been focusing on at the moment. So the first thing is how long will the dividend likely to continue? And really, that's hard to guess, but you want to look at something where the dividend's been going on consistently for many years. The chances are that it will continue, right? Rather than a new stock dividend that they just announced that they might change, they might, get rid of. So I tend to look to make sure that the dividend's going to continue because I'm not planning on selling these dividend stocks anytime soon. I want to make sure like that scenario that I outlined there won't actually happen where I'm left ex dividend without any cash flow from the stock. Then the second thing is that I really, really want to make sure that I'm buying bullish daily charts, or at least charts that are flat. I mean, you just don't want to look at something that's kind of on a downtrend. And I think that's where patience really pays off with this dividend investing strategy, is you have to do a lot of research, look at a lot of tickers, and then you got to be patient and allow the stock to come down to where you want to buy it. So let me go through some examples about that. So I started talking about LTC, and actually this is something that I'm already in, but it's actually reaching levels at the moment. So I'm down a little bit on it now, but it's actually reaching levels that make it an extremely high risk, well, high reward to risk ratio at the moment. So let me show you the daily chart on LTC. So we go over to stockcharts.com. Let's go to LTC. So here's LTC, and it's basically been in this upwards channel for quite a while now. So you can kind of see that this moving average, the 50 days, acting like support. There was a bad day yesterday in the market. It definitely like it started to break down, but it still had a green day. So this is right on the support line. So I'm in just a little bit higher, so I'm down a little bit on it. But if this reverses here, this could be a really nice entry point for collecting the dividend, right? Of course, it may not. It might just continue down, and that's going to be really annoying because the dividend payouts are going to be offset by the loss in the stock price. So I'm kind of watching this. I still haven't come up with a really strong stop loss strategy with these dividend stocks. Um, there's a chance that I will cut this though, just because I really don't want to end up at $1,000 loss on the stock for a year and only making like $50 or $10 a month or something from the dividends. So I'm thinking that I'll probably watch this carefully. If it starts to really break down, I might just cut a loss on it and put the money into one of the more promising ones. But I'm hopeful here that this will start to bounce and continue back up. And that could be really, really nice. So LTC has a dividend of 19 cents per share. So you can see that here. And that's paid out monthly. So if you have 200 shares, which is about $8,000 worth of the stock, it's only $40 a month passive. So you can see why I'm kind of nervous about holding it if it starts to go into a big downtrend. Because this $40 a month, while it's nice, it's going to take a long time to offset any massive losses in the stock unless I can be super patient over the long term. So $40 a month doesn't sound like much, but for doing absolutely nothing is pretty good, especially if you have a lot of these different stocks like I do. The other one is PSEC, so it's a much cheaper share price, so $8 per share. $42 was LTC. So obviously the dividend is smaller, 6 cents as opposed to 19, but you can buy way more, a lot more shares. So say you have 1,000 shares at $8, it's an $8,000 position and give you $60 a month for doing absolutely nothing. Let's have a quick peek at PSEC. It's one I don't think I'm in at the moment. I think I was watching it, but let's have a look at the chart. So PSEC. Yeah, so actually, like I think the chart might be starting to be attractive to me here. So we'll see what it does over the next few days. But I might take a position in PSEC for a longer term hold to reap the dividend rewards. So that's PSEC. Uh, I'm actually in OXSQ. Let's have a look at that chart. It's 3.5 cents per share. If you have 1,000 shares, it's about $35 a month. And let's look at that. So OXSQ, OXSQ. And you can do a Google search and find all these things and pick ones that you think are looking quite bullish. So this one's attractive to me. I mean, the last time it did this basing here, it did start to take off. So like a sort of daily bull flag almost, like this kind of idea. Nice consolidation period. So I'm pretty sure, yeah, I bought in on this, about here probably. So I'm pretty much break even on this stock at the moment. But my hope is that this will continue up, given the trends from the last year. So I like that one a lot, and it is paying me currently $35 a month, which doesn't seem like much at all. But you add these up. I'll show you this last one, and then we'll talk about that, the total earnings and stuff. So HCRN. So we go to look at HCRN in here. HCRN, and I've been trying to buy. I always do that. It's HRZN, HRZN. So I've been buying stocks that are in upwards trending channels for these. This one I haven't bought yet because it was actually breaking the top of the channel when I start to look at it around here. So I'm actually waiting to see if this will pull back significantly. This could well be a double top. So if this can pull back down to somewhere in this area, I'd definitely be interested in buying it for a longer term hold because the dividend is actually pretty nice on it. So it's only a $17 stock, but it's zero point 0.1, so 10 cents per share. You buy 500 shares and they're $50 a month. So this is not my portfolio, but it's something similar roughly. I haven't got, like I said, HZRN, but this would represent about a $30,000 investment. And from that, you'd be making about $200 a month. And if you pick them wisely, you can also make a lot more as they trend up as well, right? But so generally I wouldn't buy stocks just for the dividend, just because I can imagine my whole account being down thousands of dollars and then only making 100 or $200 a month passively. So you got to try and get that. Use your not intraday, daily charting skills to try and combine that with good research into the dividend stuff, which is kind of fundamental research, right? So you're combining that technical with the fundamentals to get this passive income stream. So it's not going to get you rich, right? But like I'm always looking for extra streams of income, and if I was to put in 100 or 150K into this kind of thing, which I may well do going forward, it's about $1,000 a month, which is nothing to be looked down on. It's $1,000 extra. It's rent for people, or nearly rent for people, or not rent at all if you live in LA or New York. But for doing absolutely nothing, it's not bad, and you can reinvest these dividend payouts if you want. So you can put an extra 1,000 in every month, or buy new ones with that extra money. But I just thought I'd share this strategy with you guys because I know a lot of people are going back to work. A lot of people have been horribly burned with meme stocks and day trading like crackheads. So this can provide like a nice break while you also try out and have fun with a different strategy. So here are some other ones that I came up with. I've not actually bought into any of these yet, and I'll let you guys go and research them if you are interested. I'll probably do some due diligence on those this week. But I'm looking forward to just having a more relaxing few months while I try and get some of these dividends just rolling in. And I think this could be a really nice chilled out strategy for you guys that have just had enough of day trading and meme stocks and things like that. So I highly recommend going and buying this book if you're interested in this. It's pretty much, a classic on how to make double-digit returns with the dividend investing strategies. So anyway, that's all I've got to say. Please subscribe if you want to hear more of these types of strategies, or if you would like to see more reviews. And if you've had some experience with dividend investing, I'm pretty new to it, so I'd love to hear some people that have been doing this for a lot longer than I have to just let me know what the strategies are that you guys use. So with that, I'll catch up with you in the next video. Thanks again for listening.